What is up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning into the channel. I've got an awesome video for you today that I'm so excited to show you. We're going to be talking all about the Drip Network. We're going to answer 3 questions. What is it? How much money can you make? And is it sustainable long term? This video is not intended to be financial advice. You should always do your own research before putting your hard-earned cash into any investment opportunity. And it's a good rule of thumb to never invest more than you can stand to lose. Make sure you stick around, watch the whole video, because there is an opportunity to win $50 in Drip. Without further ado, let's get into crypto. Alright, so the first question we want to answer is, what is the Drip Network? So in short, the Drip Network is a daily ROI platform where you can come and deposit cryptocurrency in the form of Drip, and you will get paid back 1% a day for an entire year. So you end up making 365% on your money. Let me show you what that looks like. So go here to the Faucet. You can see I've got my wallet connected. And you can also see that I've deposited about $677 worth of Drip. So that's going to pay me back 1% a day for an entire year. You can see I haven't, this is my earnings from a couple of days here. And you can see that my deposits are 6.4 Drip, and I'm going to be getting back 23 Drip. So at the current price, about $100, that means on a $677 investment, I'm making over $2,300 back. So quite a powerful investment tool. You can increase your earnings a couple of ways. There is a team building aspect where you can build a team and you get referral rewards from both your direct team and your indirect team. So if anyone on your team decides to refer somebody, then that person will also be on your team. Another way that you can increase your earnings is by compounding. And what I mean by that is you take your earnings here and deposit it back into your deposits, and so you start earning 1% a day on your earnings as well. And how you do that is very simple. You just come here and you click hydrate, and you'll be prompted by your crypto wallet to confirm the transaction, and it will move your available Drip here into your deposits. And so if you do that for a full year, you end up making quite a bit more than 365%. So something to keep in mind if you are interested in investing in this platform is that you cannot withdraw your principal. Once you buy Drip and deposit it in the Faucet, you earn 1% a day on that for 365 days. You cannot withdraw that principal amount. So if you wanted to withdraw, you wanted to earn your money back, then you'd have to wait a little more than 100 days. And we'll talk about why it's more than 100 in just a minute here. But you would have to go a whole year, or excuse me, 100 days or so without compounding to earn your money back. But what if you aren't worried about that? What if you want to deposit $1,000 and compound it every day? What does that look like? Well, there's a calculator tool here. There's a link for it in the description. This was created by somebody in the community, so thank you for that, whoever did that. But it shows the price. It pulls the price in here. That's the current price of Drip. And we have 3 days out, 365. So we want to compound every 24 hours for 365 days. We want to start with an initial investment of $1,000. So just for math's sake, we're just going to do 10 here, which ends up being $1,041 in principal. Well, if you compound every day for a year, at the end of that year, your Drip account will be worth $31,000. Now, like I mentioned before, you cannot withdraw. You will not be able to withdraw this amount, but you will be earning 1% a day on this amount now, which comes out to about $265 a day. So you can see it's a very powerful investment tool, and this is assuming that the price of Drip stays at $100, which I strongly believe it will be worth more. But why? What's keeping the price from tanking, right? So you've seen how much you can make with Drip, but is it sustainable? why is there a demand, right? Because the market is led by supply and demand. So an increase in price means there's either a shortage of supply or an increase in demand. So let's look at this for a minute. I've got some charts here that were created by somebody in the community as well, and it kind of highlights how in demand, quote unquote, drip is. So you can see here just today we've had 327 accounts, and I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. I pulled this browser up about 10 minutes ago to make this video, and let's see how many new accounts have been started just since. Okay, so wow, you can see almost 20 new accounts just in the last few minutes. So total this month there have been 20,000 new accounts, and you can see that the total number of people that have deposited in the Faucet, 66,000. So you've got about 14,000 people, the difference here, that have just bought drip because they believe the price is going to appreciate. So this is just kind of more of the same data, monthly new accounts. You can see it was a relatively horizontal line here until we reach October, and then we start to see a curve where it's more than doubled every month. Now, we're on the 24th of the month already, and I don't think that they're going to be able to double the 29,000 number, but I do think they're going to get close. So it's going to start to level off here a little bit, but you know, just the fact that we're getting 400 to 500 new accounts a day is pretty impressive. So is it too late to get into drip? I think I can do a good job answering that with this graph here. This shows the deposit range of the players and how much they have in their account. So you can see there's a handful of people up here at the top, and there's one person that has 31,800 to 31,900 drip. So that's quite a bit of drip. That guy's earning, 3%, or excuse me, 1% of 30,000 drip a day at $100 a drip. So, you do the math. He's earning thousands and thousands of dollars a day. And then down here at the front, you can see the majority of the players are pretty new, right? So 0 to 100 drip, we've got 55,000 people. That's incredible, right? So 55,000 people, we've got 66,000 total that are invested in the Faucet. So, the majority of people have just started. So that means these people are going to be buying more drip, they're going to be depositing it in their Faucet, they're going to be locking it up, and they're not going to be selling it because it's going to be in their Faucet. So by these people buying drip and depositing it in their Faucet, they are increasing the scarcity of drip and putting upward pressure on the price. So the more people that come in, the more drip gets locked up, the higher the price is going to go because the less of it is available. So that's how it puts upward pressure on the price. But what keeps, why do players want to have drip? Are there any use cases outside of the drip network that you can use drip for, that give it kind of a use case? And the answer is yes. There's actually other platforms out there where you can take and deposit your drip and earn money there, which is really awesome for the drip community because that creates a use case, it increases demand, it reduces the supply, and it puts upward pressure on the price. So when these people get up here, I think the last question we have to answer is sustainability. Is this sustainable? How long will it last? Well, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you exactly how long it's going to last. Do I think this is going to last 10 years? Probably not. Do I think it's going to last a couple? I do, and I'll show you why. Because they've implemented taxes, right? So on every transaction, there is a tax. So this guy up here, a bunch of these people, we'll call them whales, right? Because they have, huge accounts, and they're being taxed every time they make a transaction. Depending on the number of drip that they have, they're being taxed. So let me look here. There's a whale tax, right? So if you have 1% of the total supply, you're being taxed 5% of your wallet for every transaction until you no longer have 1%. And that goes all the way up to 10% of the total supply is taxed 50%. So some of those guys that are getting up there to 30,000 drip, there's definitely some extra taxes that are being thrown on, and those taxes get put back into the network to pay all these people that that are getting in now, and that's how they keep the project sustainable. So the whale taxes are not the only taxes involved. There is a 10% transaction fee on every transaction, excluding buys. So if I come here to swap and I buy drip, there is no tax on that purchase. But if I come and I deposit it in the faucet, there's a 10% charge on deposits. Then there is a 10% charge on your withdrawals and a 10% charge on selling. So there's an incentive here to keep your money in and keep compounding it, because if you come here to hydrate, there's only a 5% tax. And if you build your team to 5 direct members, there is only a 2.5% tax. Now, I think there's more mechanics. I'm still learning about this platform, so I think there's a few more mechanics involved with team building. But the bigger you build your team, the more money you're going to make, basically. All right, guys, last but not least, I have $50 in drip that I'm going to send to one of our subscribers once we hit 100. To be entered in that contest, please tell me in the comments how long do you think drip is going to last and how high do you think the price is going to go. Once this channel hits 100 subscribers, I will be choosing somebody from the community. Make sure that you are part of our Facebook and Telegram chats. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And don't forget to check out the description for all kinds of great resources on the Drip Network.